Okay, hi again. So I'm going to continue along with chapter 16. I heard a squeal, then the rattle of locks. The door flew open. Janina threw up her hands. Misha! Janina's mother lay on a mattress in the corner of her room. She opened one eye and grunted. You again. So let's talk about Mrs. Milgram for a second. So there they are in the apartment in the ghetto, and obviously their whole life has changed. And so I want you to just notice how Mrs. Milgram, Janina's mother, responds. She's on a mattress in the corner of the room, and throughout the novel, you're going to see that she pretty much, just stays there. And, does that make her a bystander? That certainly makes her a victim. Um, is she altruistic? Is she pessimistic? So, kind of watch her responses to things. What's that? Said Janina, pointing to the sack. Uncle Shepsel slammed the door, shut it, and locked it. Food, I said. There was a square table in the middle of the room. I dumped out the sack. Janina clapped. Food! Turnips and apples rolled out onto the table and off the floor. There were bunches of carrots and celery and loaves of bread, jars of jam and molasses and bags of sugar and links of sausage. Everyone gathered around. Even Janina's mother got up from the mattress. Where did you get it? Said Janina's father. Many places, I said. Uncle Shepsel snapped a carrot in half, the smelly, nimble-footed thief. So let's just sort of examine this scene here. Misha brings a sack of food that he has stolen, that he smuggled into the ghetto, and he's supplying the family with, it looks to me like some pretty good stuff, fruit and bread and jam and all kinds of stuff. And um, Uncle Shepsel immediately takes a carrot and then insults Misha, calls him smelly, and calls him a thief. How about like thank you, some expression of gratitude? Janina's mother opened up a white, dusty bag. She dipped a fingertip in it and tasted it. This is baking powder. You need an oven to bake. Does he see an oven in here? She returned to the mattress. She lay facing the wall. I remember ovens. I had one. She coughed once. I was a human being once. So, Mrs. Milgram, this is really the very early stages of the Milgram family occupying the apartment in the Warsaw Ghetto. So, she's already defeated. She's completely defeated. And she has no gratitude. How is this little boy supposed to know that baking powder is an ingredient that one would use when you make a cake or something like that? How would he know that? He saw food, he took it, and he brought it to the family. And she is really very, I don't know, kind of mean in a way here. Um, Uncle Shepsel looked at her with sad eyes. Once upon a time. So Uncle Shepsel is, I believe, is Mrs. Milgram's brother. There's a wall outside, I said. Why is there a wall? To keep out the riffraff, said Uncle Shepsel with a sneer. How did you get in? Janina asked me. I told her how I had found a low place in the wall, simply stepped over. I added, I can go anywhere. I was not boasting. I was simply stating a fact. I'd come to love my small size, my speed, my slipperiness. Sometimes I thought of myself as a bug or a tiny rodent, slipping into places that the eye could not even see. So this is a truth. This is a fact about the smugglers in the ghetto. A lot of them were children because children were nimble. Children could get in and out of places, in and out of small places. They were fast. They could outrun adults, and they could sneak in and out of the ghetto. And so that's what you have here. You have little kids going in and out through the brick wall, and in some places they go in and out of, they climb over gates and things like that. So this is something that went on quite a bit. There was a knock at the door. Uncle Shepsel's finger flew to his lips. Don't speak, he whispered. We're not here. Then he sagged as Janina's father called out, Who's there? Hiram Lefkowitz, came the answer. Janina's father unlocked the door. Yes, come in. As Uncle Shepsel threw a coat over the food on the table, Hiram Lefkowitz came in. So notice that it's Uncle Shepsel who takes a coat and puts it over all of the food. And he did that out of selfishness. He didn't want Hiram Lefkowitz or anyone to see, their bounty that Misha brought for them. He took off his hat and held out a piece of paper. Dr. Milgram. Janina's father took the paper. I'm not a doctor. He went to a waist-high box-looking thing squatting on the floor and pulled at it. It opened up like wings. So this is a simile. So Mr. Milgram was a pharmacist, not a doctor. He was a pharmacist. So a pharmacist is the person that you go to at McClellan, for example, when you have a prescription from the doctor and you need medicine. So that's what he has. He has his medicine chest here. So Hiram Lefkowitz has come to the Milgram's apartment on Niska Street because he needs medicine. I mean, that's another very important detail here. All these people who are in the ghetto, people take medicine all the time. People take medicine on a regular basis. What if there's someone who has high blood pressure? What if they're diabetic? What if people, get sick? These are not wonderful living conditions in this place. It was a chest with many little drawers. On either side of the chest were shelves of jars, some with powders, some with liquids of different colors. It reminded me of the barber shop. I wondered how the bottles had survived the rickety trek across the city. Janina's father took something from a drawer, put it into a little envelope, and gave it to the man. The man pulled an apple from his pocket. He looked about to cry. I wish. Go, said Janina's father, ushering the man out. No need. Go. The man reached out to touch Mr. Milgram. Shalom. Shalom. Uncle Shepsel shut and bolted the door. He wagged a finger in the face of Janina's father. By tomorrow, the whole place will know. We'll be overrun. So, take a look at that attitude. Look at those actions. There's Mr. Milgram, who brought his medicines with him. And not just for his own family, but obviously to give medicine to any of the people in need. And Uncle Shepsel objects to it. So who's the perpetrator? Who's the great being there? Who's pessimistic? Who's optimistic? Mr. Milgram pulled in the wings, and the chest of drawers became a plain-looking box again. What would you like me to do? Save it all for ourselves? He gave me a prescription. I did my job. There'll be nothing left in a week. They'll clean you out. Maybe we'll be out of here in a week. So, I mean, look at that optimism, that hopefulness, that, looking on the bright side of things. If we're out of here, it'll be in our graves. He pointed out the window. This is Uncle Shepsel speaking. You think they're putting up that wall only to last a week? We'll be lucky to ever get out of here. He was shouting. Janina's mother groaned on the mattress. So you see that Uncle Shepsel, he was very selfish, very negative, very angry, and he has a right to be angry, of course. Very angry, very pessimistic. Janina and I were in a corner that would become our corner. My father's a pharmacist, she told me. What's pharmacist? I said. A pharmacist makes medicine. What's medicine? She looked at me strangely. So the gypsies did not use the kind of medicine that we use when we go to the pharmacy. The gypsies used herbal medicines, medicines made from plants, and that sort of thing. So this is why Misha would have no idea what in the world a pharmacist, would do. It's like pills and castor oil. She made a face. Ugh. Your father is Tobias Milgram, I said. She beamed. Yes. You are Janina Milgram. Yes. I am Misha Pilsudski. She clapped her hand. Yes. Uncle Shepsel glared at us. Janina stuck out her tongue at him. I giggled. Not only did I have my very own last name, but now I knew somebody else's. I giggled as if I were being tickled. All right, so, you have the two children, Janina and Misha, who are now friends. They're like brother and sister. And they have right now it seems like they have just a very lovely and sweet friendship connection that will help them survive. You have Misha kind of moving away a bit from Yuri and integrating the world of the Milgram family. We've met Uncle Shepsel, who is, he's kind of like grim-faced Enos, only he's an adult. And, I just also want to say that Janina is his niece. And, what kind of example is he showing for his niece who he certainly would want to survive? So, okay, so those are the characters and the situation right now in chapter 16. All right, have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on Zoom.